This is the grave of one Martin Michael Tovey, the victim of a bandit in Ione, California. What you are about to hear was written by Joe Smith for the Fresno Bee in June of 1970. Quote, "There is, along the road to Ione, a few miles west of Jackson, a granite tablet which marks the site of the assassination of one of Wells Fargo's bravest shotgun messengers. He was Mike Tovey, and it has been claimed that his killer was Milt Sharp, a man who nursed a grudge through a dozen years of prison life. Sharp was a polite and busy man in his younger days, always tipping his hat to the driver of any stagecoach he despoiled. One day in 1880, Sharp set a record never since broken, when he held up and robbed 3 coaches within 12 hours on the road between Bodie and Aurora. In doing so, he pushed his luck too far. The posse, which started out after him, was not in a playful mood. Armed with shotguns, rifles, and pistols, the riders closed in on Sharp within a mile of Aurora. Though he scattered a few shots, his capture was accomplished without much difficulty. He went to prison for several years, but in 1882, he was released from San Quentin. For some reason, he hated Mike Tovey. Before, during, and after his incarceration, he had voiced threats. Once Sharp was out of prison, he went looking for Tovey. On a day when Tovey's stage pulled out of San Andreas, headed for Sheep's Ranch, a man with a shotgun ducked from behind a tree. He fired both barrels, killing Tovey's passenger and hitting the driver in the shoulder. It was assumed that Sharp was the attacker, but the ambusher disappeared and was not tracked down. In the summer of 1893, the Jackson-Stockton stage rolled along, driven by Clint Radcliffe, with Tovey as the shotgun guard. A man with blue overalls, in the shelter of a clump of bushes, aimed his high-powered rifle and pulled the trigger 4 times. 2 of the shots went wild, one of which struck Radcliffe in the neck. The other hit Tovey in the lower spine and coursed upward into his heart. He died June 15, 1893, in the finest tradition of his calling. His death marked the end of a fabulous era. He was the last of the Wells Fargo guides to die in the performance of his duty." Unquote. Thank you so much for watching this video.